UEFA. Wait. When they call it different things, it's confusing. UEFA European Championship group stage. I thought second place teams, we were going to have to go through some process to get in, but apparently I was wrong. And you can say, like, well, you should know it. It's like, well, I don't live there. Okay, this is not my championship. I understand the CONCACAF Gold Cup, which is a joke, but let's just start the episode. I may be wearing a different shirt later today when we have this, but, we'll go. All right, my friends, as noted, to start off, I don't know, because I'm not going to show you games to, at this point, right? So this is going to be a draw, and then maybe Ireland games, or maybe Champions League draw, and then Ireland games, depending on when all that stuff happens. But let's go do our draw. The first seeds are England, Germany, Italy, Portugal, Romania, and Spain. Winners of the groups and such. We are in the second seed group, which is interesting. Sure. Fantastic. Let's just let's set these guys up. And okay, does it matter? I don't want Germany. We get England, so we can battle over who to call up in the group. Will they represent us or England? With Switzerland and Ukraine. Switzerland currently 17th. Ukraine 34th. How are we the second seeds at 42nd? Anybody? What's England at these days? 9th. So they've dropped a little bit. So Bulgaria, Holland, Italy, Russia. Surely that's not the Okay. Italy was the first. Okay. It's just going in alphabetical. There you go. So, here's your groups. And maybe this, you can't see the one down here. The one down here is Belgium, Croatia, Germany, and Wales. That sounds like quite the group. Croatia currently 18th. Whoop, that's Poland. Sorry. I love when you hit back and it goes back to the main part of the screen, not where you were. Like I was scrolled down. Let me scroll down. Germany is, of course, has been first since the beginning of time. And then Belgium is 11th. That seems like a tough group for Wales. I think we have a shot. It might be a long shot, but, let's do it. Well, let's find out. Let's click. When is okay, we can arrange friendlies. So we've wiped out the friendlies we had. We still get to go to Curacao, theoretically. Who does Roy want us to go? Think about playing similar teams: Austria, Belgium, and the Netherlands. If you think they're he's gonna know, the AI and Football Manager's gonna know more than I do. Oh, why? No, I want you to set these up. I don't want to set them up. Who? Austria, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Okay, let me go do that. So we've gone with Austria, Poland, and Bulgaria because I'm sorry, the other Belgium and the other team, Netherlands, are ranked really well, and I don't want to get our morale down getting punched in the face. So Austria currently is 41st. They're right above us. Poland is 39th. Bulgaria is 59th. So 3 games, and then we have a week off. So I think that's okay. We can rotate in. It's a bunch of friendlies. Who cares? And then we have a week off, and then we play a bunch of... Get that, into season match fitness. Get it up. Good to go. Yeah, here we go. So I got my hair cut. Yeah, sorry. That's probably a drastic adjustment from what you saw yesterday. Earlier in the episode. It's a different... Anyway, this is my first time having to put together a Euro squad. And I forgot, it's just like the Gold Cup where you have a 30-man squad, but then you have to reduce it to 23. I was so excited because we've called up some young lads. Now I can't remember if I made promises to all these folks. I think I may have promised this guy, but it gives you the option when you're talking to them, there's a thing as we were calling them up where it said these 3 players you should probably talk to. And it's essentially like, hey, you're gonna have to work hard to earn your spot, or you're young, you may not make it, but I went with the, you have to work hard to get a spot. And I think this guy was like, I don't know if I'm going to be good enough because I'm so young. And so, despite the fact that we said, hey, we'll call you up for the Euros to get him to not go to Scotland, I now have to cut. And this is surprisingly difficult. I do think this is something I'd like to see. Obviously, lots of people think the international management in Football Manager needs work. I would like some additional detail, I guess, right? Because it's essentially like you called in a 30-man squad into camp, right? Well, I get no feedback on what camp was like. Right? It's just like you called some guys into camp and now you get to cut 7 of them. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? So that's a bit frustrating. Here's how we've lined up. I've called in Gavin, Michael, Masterson, Kelly, O'Connor. Pretty much our standard back line. Jake Doyle-Hayes, Martin O'Neill. Instead of Callum Thompson, it would normally be like a Josh Cullen, so we could swap him in. Stephen Seddon, you could swap him in for Callum O'Hara, Gary Gleason. Troy Parrott, and Ryan Cassidy. That's pretty much our starting 11. We got Derek Convery. I decided to keep him instead of calling in Daniel Janadu just so we don't have our entire team from Cabinteely called in. And Kelleher, who is okay. You know, he's doing all right. He's playing. So, like, adequate backup here, and then kind of a young lad that we would like to, you know, keep him in the squad and, you know, give him, I mean, I know he's 5 years younger than Gavin, but, you know, he's, you know, could be the potential at some point in the future if he develops, right? Now we got Tom Field to cover a left back. I trust him, right? Overall, pretty good. I mean, it says he's 2.5 stars, right? It actually says that Dean Doyle is our best left back and Erich is our second best left back, which is, who's Guppy? I guess I have a squad or a staff member named Guppy. That's hilarious. But I don't know why Dean Doyle would be favored. I guess like we could compare. Dean's more physical and faster, but everything else aside from mental isn't it? So he's better. Tom's better defending, which in the left back role, if we're playing Maguire in that complete wingback, we want Tom Field playing more defensive, better in the air, better technical, better attacking, better vision. And so I'm like, I think I'd take him over Dean Doyle. And again, we can send Dean back home, and he's already cap tied, but you know, like, hey mate, like just not this time. Then we got Frank Erich because I want to cap tie him. That's really what it comes to. And it says he's our 4th best center back ahead of Jimmy McGrath, and he can cover a left back. And he relishes a big match because he's the freaking man. Ademo, I'm going to bring. He's not played. I'm going to hope this is like shop window a little bit, right? Like he went on loan and he got 17 starts, 693, you know, in the championship last season. And now Southampton has not loaned him and he's just not doing anything. And he was, again, I know these were kind of our easier group games. 6 starts and a sub on a 7-2-3 in international. You know, I feel like that's worth keeping around. Will Shaw covers right back. The other thing for Ademo is he can, in a bind, cover right back. So we got to have that versatility because Will Shaw is currently coming off of some sort of a calf strain. Yeah, I thought it was a groin pull or calf strain. We got Callum Thompson. He's played a little bit. I'm not saying he's the best. We are now lacking, I feel like, in the midfield. We got Callum O'Hara. I got Matt Whitty. So if we had to play somebody really good, like, I don't know, England, and we played like a 4-4-2, we would have a right back with like a more defensive right back, like a Will Shaw with a right winger, right, to provide us that cover on the sides of the pitch. Callum O'Hare, because he can play pretty well in the midfield if we need him to, and he also covers the other. I mean, he's quite versatile. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's versatile. Adam Ida, we have called in Tommy Carey, first cap. I'm trying to steal him from England. He looks quite good, to be honest with you, right? From an attacking midfield, he's the 3rd best one behind a striker and Stephen Seddon. He's ahead of Gary Gleason, and he can, in a bind, play midfield. We again are lacking in the midfield. David Doyle. So that leaves Neil O'Donovan, Jimmy McGrath, Gary Gleason, Alex Ramshaw, who's one of the youngsters that we called up. Now the good thing about Alex, nope, he's got English. It's essentially a risk. He's 6'2". I'm not saying he's the best, right? He's 2-star. And he's down there. So it makes sense to cut him, but I'm trying to cap tie these players. The next opportunity we'll have to do that is the Nations League, but that's August. And sorry, we drew our Nations League, so we got Poland, Norway in our Nations League. I need to set a friendly there, actually. Can I do that? Yes, I can. We will do that. Not with you here. Same thing with Paul Megginson, who has the Scotland thing going on. So it's kind of I'm nervous about cutting. But it's like, if you looked at it, right? If real life, you go like, yeah, the 18-year-old and 23-year-old center back that they called up, they didn't make the cut, but, you know, got them into camp, and, you know, we want you around, and we'll see you next time maybe, and whatever. I think that's reasonable. We'd also called in Tony Byrne because he was recommended to do that. Now, he's 20. We can drop him so he can get some maybe under 21 experience. We got Dean Doyle. Again, I just don't think from the technicals he's not as good as Tom Field, even though he is Matt Sharp and Tom Field is not. But Tom played 32 games. It's not like Tom hasn't played. It's just season kind of wrapped up for him, right? It's May 22nd. And then Gary Gleason just missing out on the cup primarily because he doesn't know the midfield role as well. Like, I like Gary, but we essentially send 3 of our players back. We keep 2 of them. So that's kind of what we got going on. Yeah, I'm going to go do that now, assuming that when you respond. Yeah, so there's no, like, there should be like camp, right? Like, give me a camp rating or something to give me a reason whether or not I should or should not keep a player, but it doesn't do that, and that's kind of annoying. So I'm going to go do this. I got to write down the guys I want to cut because I can't remember all of that. They're the ones here, and you can't, it's not as simple. You can't just do national team review. It's like, hey, they've already been called up and blah, blah, blah. It's like, great. So make it difficult. Thanks. So our backup goalkeeper is injured for 5 to 7 weeks. Yeah, you know, let's talk to him. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You notice here? Our starting goalkeeper has pulled a hamstring and is out for 2 to 3 weeks. And don't worry. We don't have any other goalkeepers in the entire squad. Like not one. Not on our under 19 squad, right? Because they weren't good enough. And we got rid of Boston. So I've literally never had this where I've had both goalkeepers go down with an injury. And yeah. It's not even giving me a gray starred one. Can we sign one on a free? Oh, this is gonna be not. This is not what you want, I think, is what it comes down to. Transfer status. I want like on a free. And I know there's a way to do that when you're searching. You just look for the ones without the clubs. We're sorting by club. Have we only scouted players that have clubs? Yes. Mm-hmm. Who do we put in goal, my friends? Do we put like some poor center back from the under 19 team? Contract status. I guess you could do unattached. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. This looks like our best option. 1.5 star. Has some potential. Will he take a 1-year deal? Hot prospect. Oh, sorry, Limerick. He's incredibly interested in us. Oh, we gotta wait. Come on now. We got time. We don't have time to wait. And he misses out on under 19s. Dempsey does. That's disappointing. Hey, here's some players. Great. He wants a 2-year deal. Is he gonna be immediately available? David Moran runs Ireland. He has literally every player you could ever want. It's unbelievable, really. Yeah, we'll give you 375 a week if you get to 10 games. Sure. 250. I just want him to accept like outright. I'll even do 2 years. We may just loan him out in the transfer window. I'm not sure. If he's willing to come in and save our bacon here, if he does well, let's just do it. Oh, you want to get back to me, dude? I need. Oh no! No. Doesn't solve my problem, does it? I guess you have to wait for the transfer window. Okay, let's go see who's gonna end up in goal. It looks like Paddy O'Connor has won the lottery. He's got a 3 goalkeeper rating. The only other player would be Paul Russell, but Paul's not as tall. He's got better anticipation and decision making, which if you're curious how I came to this determination, it was this. Just goalkeeper defend. It's like all this looks great until you realize like this is the goalkeeping attributes. And so Paul is like a 1-1-3-2, like not very good. O'Connor has a 4 on aerial. He's not as good in the anticipation, decision making. He's better in positioning, better control. Not as good on the agility. Maybe it'll give us a gray starred player or like a grayed out player, but that's what we're at right now. I'm sure he's going to be thrilled. All right, 2 goalkeepers have showed up. Let's take a look here. 15-year-old Matt Flynn, bang average, right? Yeah, legend. And Sam Roche. Also, he's 6'1". I'm going off height here. 6'1", 6'2". Can I compare them? That'd be hilarious. Oh, I can't even compare. It's like they're not. They don't even exist. So do we go with Sam or do we go with O'Connor? I called Patrick Slavin back up. I guess we'll go with the slightly taller 15-year-old. Hey, if he does a great job, I'll sign him, and we'll say thanks for coming along. Here we go. So it looks a little worse than it is. So we lost all 3 of our friendlies warming up. Now, to be fair, all these teams aside from Bulgaria were ranked better than us. Austria was just bad. That part was bad. That was like our best 11. They smoked us. Bad. Poland, Wade Callum Thompson sent off for a straight red, which wasn't really, in the 53rd minute. Now, we were already 2-0 down, but we did come back and score a goal. I think we had it in us to equalize. But Jake Doyle Hayes goes down with a twisted ankle. He's going to miss a majority of the tournament. And don't worry, we're light on midfielders. So then, this was just the let's get people match sharp if we can game. All right, rotated a bunch of players. Eric gets another, is it a second game? Yes, a second cap with us. I mean, because when you look at the match, this is not what you want. We got Frankie, he's good to go, subbing in anywhere in those 3 spots. We got Whitty, who doesn't fit anywhere, but we could take a midfielder out and just make him a winger midfielder, right? That's it. David Dole's 84%. Even Troy Parrott's at 78%. It's just not what you want, I think, to start the tournament. England beat Switzerland 2-0. We're just going to do the Ukraine game today. We're bringing in Tommy Carey. Tommy is getting his cap-tying debut, like his first real cap, in a deep-lying playmaker role on support, which he doesn't really know because he's an attacking midfielder. But Tommy, welcome to the... I was going to start Callum Thompson. He's at 44%, and I played him the whole last game until he got sent off. Like, he got 57 minutes, and like he was at like 36%. It's just not what you want to see, I think, is where we end up on this. The potentially good news is that, according to the assistant, Ukraine has struggled against a 4-3-3 narrow. We're kind of playing that. Just like a slightly less aggressive. It's a 4-3-1-2, and it's not really narrow, but you know, we got O'Connor here on defend, Kelly, Masterson. We got our starter. I mean, the back line, I'm gonna regret saying this, is Matt Sharp. Then it's just not where it needs to be honest with you. So we're not expected to pull up any trees, so maybe we'll just cap tie some players and we can work on qualifying for the World Cup. It's a 4-4-2. Go out there and impress me. I didn't really like any of those options. They're going to be a tough opponent, blah, blah, blah. I think we're going to do key highlights because, again, usually international games go a little bit longer. I know I had several stops in the episode leading up to this, so. Okay, it's kind of flying. Okay, we've had the first 2 shots of the match. They've had 2 fouls, 3 fouls. Okay, right, all right. It's looking okay. It's looking okay, boys. Let's take advantage. Let's, come on. Come on. Highlight. Can we get a highlight for us in particular? If I'm gonna ask specifically for us. No, we're just gonna do. I mean, I rambled there for a bit. We're not even at 4 minutes on this part of the video, and we're already through the first half without a single highlight. I was just okay. We may do 2 games then. If we can get a goal, I make us the favorites to win. You aren't that bad, but I believe in you. Yeah. Strikers. It's like it. There's the sound. What I feel like I've run into with our strikers is that, like, if they don't score, the ratings are awful. Which, it's not like, it's either like feast or famine, right? Like you get like a 7.2 or a 6.4. We don't have a lot of like, hey, it was a 6.7, it was an average performance. It's like, it's just bad or it's amazing. So I don't know what to do about that. Good ball in, can't get on the end of it, but that's okay. O'Neal brings it down. We do have to watch minutes, right? Because we've got 3 games, but we do want to, I mean, this is a, of the 3 games, this is the second most winnable. England, I'm thinking it's going to be a loss. So we got to beat Switzerland and Ukraine. So if we got to watch minutes, we'll do it against England. Parrott, okay, this is that. Sagankov to O'Neal. And then I mean, that's kind of unlucky to be, right? Like, no one gets credit for, I guess it's an own goal, but Cassie, why are you nervous, mate? Why would this make you nervose? You've got 55 caps. You're a first team Watford. You scored 14 goals in the Prem. You're like a 1 every other game kind of guy. Why? Why are you nervous, man? Should we go 5 at the back? You know, like take the striker off. Oh, it's spreading like wildfire. If he's gonna be like that, he's coming off. We'll bring on David Doyle. We'll get him some experience. David Doyle's been solid for us. Okay, Parrott's up to a 6.6. Progress. Colin is on a 6.5. Not great, but we really don't have anybody to, like, sub. Do we really just want to, like, park the... I think we do. I think... Because I don't really have... I mean... I don't have anybody that really loves the role here. Parrott's not... He's nervous. He is on a 6.6, I guess, when you look at it that way. Which isn't terrible. It's like famous last words, right? It's not terrible. Oh, hello. 3-4-3. Okay. That's okay. Right. Right. Let's take Cullen off. Oh, it makes me nervous. Thompson, what's up, brother? Carey, what else do you do? You can do a Mazzala, and you're either footed. That's really useful right about now. I feel like we should take a striker off and have 5 at the back. We may do that here at the very, very, very end. I gotta love that he's nervous. That's just fantastic. Let's cap tie Edich. He's Matt Sharp. Kelly can go in the middle. He's kind of like, you know, the leader of our defenders, if you will. Let's get that taken off so we don't. Do I say don't get a penalty? I guess I just did. So we're cap tying Erich. I'm not even gonna shout anything. I feel like if I shouted and said tighten up, they'd get frustrated. Okay, the waning moments of the game. Oh, Masterson clears kind of. He only had one option. Couldn't get to him. I would have liked him just to like punt it to the other corner. Erich clears it away. Frankie, baby. Come on, referee. Referee. We got 5. Erich again. Gets it to... I was like... that was intentional. Getting it to carry. My friends. We, after a 3-game losing streak and a bunch of friendlies, we were just tweaking, right? It's just like the U.S. men's national team in the Gold Cup, right? The Jamaica, Venezuela games. Don't worry about that. We get the group stage on lock. That's massive. I don't care that it's an own goal. I care that it went in. I want to say passionate. Very nice victory, boys. Even though none of you got on the score sheet. If you don't take a shot, you don't have a chance of it bouncing off the bar, off the goalkeeper's back and in. Okay? Right? I don't want to talk about their players. They lost. I do think we're gonna leave it here. I got some stuff I gotta go do. And that second half was definitely a little bit better than the first half. It's not the best, my friends. We play Switzerland next, which is probably the game that determines our fate in this group. So we've got to get a win there, and they're going to be thinking the same thing. Hit the like button. We'll see you then.